making it, I'm going to do this little movie on the side, this new, truly outrageous little movie on the side real quick. How the fuck do you have a couple months to just go shoot a whole nother film while you tweak G.I. Joe 3? Something is off here, and something is weird, and it's something the studio's not telling us about G.I. Joe 3. Something is making him go out and find other projects. Because I haven't posted this news yet, but I just saw an article earlier this morning that said John Chu is in negotiations to take on another movie project. And I'm like, how is he having the time to do all this if he's supposed to do G.I. Joe 3? So I don't know, man. Get back on He-Man then. What are we doing here? But I digress. The biggest news out of this is that Gem and the Holograms movie is coming. Okay? Alright, let's move on. Patton Oswalt is going to join Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He'll be on an episode coming up soon, so that'll be really cool. I love Patton Oswalt. Um, Sam Raimi is going to be producing a reboot to The Grudge. Why? It's only been 10 years since the first movie, and they're going to reboot The Grudge already? These fucking reboots are becoming ridiculous. In some pretty cool news, the next X-Men film is going to be X-Men Apocalypse, and there's big rumors. Bryan Singer is teasing that he might be bringing Gambit and Nightcrawler to X-Men Apocalypse. So we might finally be seeing Gambit add on to the X-Men team now, and we might be seeing a young Nightcrawler join the team as well. I know a lot of people love Nightcrawler from X-Men 2. A lot of people super pissed that he wasn't in Part 3, and a lot of people thought, oh man, it's going to be awesome. He's going to come back for Days of Future Past, and he's not in that either. So Nightcrawler really getting the stick here, and it'll be nice to see him get his due come X-Men Apocalypse. I'm really stoked on Apocalypse, and hearing that, Gambit and Nightcrawler might be added to that make for some very, very nice news. So, I am happy about that. And keeping in news with Fox, Fox has done something very, very cool, and I'm a little shocked that they are taking such an approach. But 20th Century Fox is really thinking ahead of their cinematic universe. The studio has announced that they've locked in a sequel to the Wolverine. Director James Mangold, who did the last Wolverine movie, The Wolverine, is locked in to return. Early reports state that Hugh Jackman is set to return as well. They're going to do another Wolverine film, and it will hit theaters on March 3rd, 2017. So that means it'll hit after Apocalypse. I believe I reported on this news on last week's show that James Mangold said that they were going to film the new Wolverine movie right after Apocalypse. So no word yet if Hugh Jackman's going to be in Apocalypse. From what I hear, he's not a part of that film. But they don't want to interfere with that X-Men timeline, so they're going to wait till after and then do the new Wolverine movie. I hope he's in Apocalypse. I think it'd be kind of weird if he's not, since in Days of Future Past he goes back and interacts with the First Class team and everything. I don't see why not, but we'll see on that. But supposedly he is locked in. I have not seen anything official from Hugh Jackman's camp or anything like that, but the reports that were coming out over the weekend was that they hired a screenwriter and that Hugh Jackman has signed on to return. So it sounds good to me, man. I love the Wolverine, and I can't wait to see the next chapter of it, which I feel will be the last time that we'll see Hugh Jackman play Wolverine. So maybe they'll do Old Man Logan or some kind of storyline like that. Continuing with the forward thinking, Fox has also announced that they've locked in Fantastic Four 2. Yes, Fantastic Four 2. They haven't even shot one frame of the first movie yet, and have no idea how it's going to fare with audiences, but they've locked in Fantastic Four 2 for July 14th, 2017. And they've also announced a mystery Marvel project for July 18th, 2018. So we got a lot of stuff locked in for Fox. Once again, that's the new Wolverine movie coming out March 3rd, 2017. Fantastic Four 2 hitting theaters on July 14th, 2017. And a mystery Marvel project coming out July 18th, 2018. Whew. And let's not forget that X-Men Apocalypse hits theaters on May 27th, 2016. And then Josh Trank's Fantastic Four reboot The first one will hit June 19th, 2015. So, lots of stuff going on. Curious what the mystery project is. It could be the new X Force film. But what the big speculation is that it might actually be a mashup of Fantastic Four and X-Men, that we might actually see the X-Men Fantastic Four crossover film. So we'll keep you posted on that. No word yet on how on what officially will be that mystery project. We're just all speculation right now. But yeah, it's either going to be the Fantastic Four X-Men mashup, X-Force, and a slight possibility is it could finally be that Deadpool movie. So we will see. Andy Serkis is set to direct the Jungle Book movie for Warner Brothers, so that's pretty cool. Andy Serkis it's be his directorial debut. Liam Neeson's Taken 3 has set a release date. It will come out January 9th, 2015. And there's also an unnamed Ridley Scott film set for March 4th, 2016. So I love all these studios being sneaky, saying an unnamed film, because now the Ridley Scott thing is like, oh, is it Blade Runner 2? Is it Prometheus 2? You know, like, what's it going to be? So he's got a mystery film March 4th, 2016, and Taken 3 gets the official release date of January 9th, 2015. Well, let's see. What else do we got here as I scroll through my news? We have the new second trailer for Brick Mansions. Brick Mansions comes out next month. It is the last film that Paul Walker did. It's the English language remake of District B13. We have the new official trailer, second trailer, available to see on amiontheair.com. Click on the trailers tab. It is there because Relativity Media was cool enough to not block us and allow us to post the trailer, unlike Fox. So, just saying. Congratulations to Chris Hemsworth and his wife, Elsa Patsky. They just delivered 2 boys. They just had twins over the weekend on March 21st. Yeah, he should have just waited 2 more days, and then his twins could have been born on my birthday. It would have been awesome. I could have had something to relate to Chris Hemsworth on. But, very big congratulations to them. They just had a little girl less than 2 years ago, and now they got twin boys, so that is awesome. He's getting ready to start filming Avengers 2, and I bet he's just on cloud 9 right now. So very, very cool, and congratulations again to him and his wife. If you don't know who his wife is, she's so hot, but she was in Fast 5 and Fast 6 as well. She was the Brazilian police officer that hooks up with Vin Diesel. So congratulations to them welcoming their twins. There's a new movie coming out called Everest, and Everest was supposed to come out this year, later this year, and it was actually pushed back 7 months. Yes. Not this year, sorry, next year. But it's a Universal film. It's called Everest. It stars Jason Clarke, Josh Brolin, John Hawkes, and Jake Gyllenhaal. And it was supposed to originally come out on February 27th of 2015. It'll now come out September 18th, 2015. It's directed by Baltasar Kormakur, who directed Two Guns, which I love Two Guns. The film is a 3D film set on a true story about a climb to the top of Mount Everest. So, but that got pushed back 7 months for no real reason, but the film will now hit September 18th, 2015. USA has renewed White Collar, so congratulations there. Sy has joined Jurassic World. He is known mostly for the French film The Untouchables, but more people will know him now as Bishop in X-Men Days of Futures Past. So he will now be in Jurassic World. Last Comic Standing is returning, and I'm really stoked about this. I love Last Comic Standing, and I'm glad to see it return. It is going to run for 13 episodes. It's going to be hosted by JB Smoove, who I love. JB kills me. And the new judges are Roseanne Barr, Keenan Ivory Wayans, and Russell Peters. So it's going to be executive produced by Wanda Sykes, and it will have a 2-hour premiere on Thursday, May 22nd. And then it will air regularly on Thursdays at 10 p.m. on NBC. Very, very cool. It'll be interesting to see Roseanne on there. I like Keenan Ivory Wayans as a judge, and I love JB Smoove as the host. So, pretty stoked. I'm just glad to see Last Comic Standing returning because that is a really cool stand-up show. And I wish my brother would jump on that. My brother, Jordan Owens, shout out. He's a stand-up comic in Florida, and he loves it. And I really think he should try to set out for this and see if he can audition and maybe become America's last comic standing. All right. Anything else? Sorry, I'm just flipping through this news here. Frozen again. We just talked about how massive it did in its first day on DVD and Blu-ray. It actually is now the 13th highest grossing film of all time, surpassing The Dark Knight, Jurassic Park, and The Phantom Menace. So wow, Disney with a huge hit on their hands. That is awesome. Congratulations to, speaking of pregnancies, and Chris Hemsworth and his wife having twins, Mila Kunis is pregnant. Her and Ashton Kutcher, they just got engaged recently, and now she is pregnant with Ashton Kutcher's baby. So congratulations to them. Mila Kunis. Very, very cool. Very happy for them. In some sad news, Homeland actor James Rebhorn passed away at the age of 65. He was really, really cool on Homeland, and he's one of those actors that you say his name, and some people are like, who? But then you see his picture, and you're like, that guy. So, very unfortunate. It's always sad to have to report somebody's passing on this show, but, definitely our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. Like I said, USA has renewed White Collar for a shortened 6th and final season, so they're going to do one of those just kind of wrap-up seasons. That'll be like half the episodes. Reports are coming out saying that Paul Walker's scenes in Fast 7 will involve some CGI. This article just dropped last night, actually, and it was saying that they've got about 4 or 5 different stunt doubles that have the same height and size of Paul Walker, and they're going to use them for like distance shots and stunt shots and stuff like that, and then they're going to CGI Paul Walker's face and dialogue and stuff on top of their bodies for certain scenes, just to kind of get a couple of those shots in that they need to retire his character. So, our technology has come pretty far, and my fingers are just crossed that this looks pretty good, because if you watch some of these earlier films where they've done like the CGI on top of faces, it looks a little creepy, looks a little robotic, but sometimes they can pull it off. I mean, I thought they did a pretty decent job in Tron Legacy, and when they, oh my god, now I'm spacing his name. When they, I don't fucking know. The guy from that was in the original Tron, and Jeff Bridges. It's hard, man. You do this show live, and you just mind fart sometimes. But Jeff Bridges, when he's in Tron Legacy, they show a flashback scene, and they did the digital, like, young version of him, and I thought it looked pretty good. But then you watch, like, X-Men Last Stand, when they tried to do young Professor X and Magneto, and it looked super robotic and weird, and I don't want to see Paul Walker looking like a robot, or looking like there's this weird face expression on somebody else's body. I hope it's very fluid. I hope it's something that you don't really see too much, but I get why the studio has to do this. I mean, even if they were able to rearrange the footage that he already shot, it's not like they have an exact scene where Paul Walker's saying, okay, I'm going to take Mia and the baby, and we're going to get out of here, and I'm going to protect your sister, Dom, and whatever the case may be. They don't have a scene like that shot, so I mean, they're going to have to be, they're going to have to play with it, and this is probably the only way they're going to be able to do that. So, I have faith that they'll be able to pull it off and do it the right way. So, that's the latest on Paul Walker's scenes for Fast 7. That brand new X-Men Days of Future Past trailer